Hello everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Caitlin Peel, and this week we're going to have a bit of a vlog that I think is going to end up covering 3 weekends. So today's April 9th, it's a Saturday. Last weekend I was home in Georgia for my cousin's baby shower and the Masters, and I was kind of hoping to make that its own vlog, but the weekend went by so fast that I just kind of got clips along the way. I didn't really have like time talking, so I'll probably backtrack and talk about that some later in this vlog and, you know, show you my time at the Masters, seeing my family, all that good stuff. And then I figured I'd also cover, you know, why I didn't post for 2 weeks. We'll get more into that. So yeah, I just figured this will just be a catching up with me, with how my life's going lately. You know, I can talk a bit about the adjustment to doing weekly content. Spoiler, it's been hard. Then yeah, and then next weekend's Easter, so I might end up throwing some clips in from that or not. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so let's just get going. I figured first I could just kind of catch you up on why I took a 2-week break so soon into starting all this. I was like, in my first video, like, I'm gonna post a video every week for a year, and then life got in the way. Yeah, I took a 2-week break, and I was debating on kind of announcing it or not, or just like letting it happen, and honestly, life came at me fast, and I just ended up being too tired to do anything. So no posting for 2 weeks. So I think last week you will have seen my evening skincare routine, and then this video will be up next. But I'm actually recording this before I film my evening skincare routine because I don't want to film that. So yeah, what happened was my life got very busy. We were in session for 2 weeks, and I knew it was going to be a really busy 2 weeks, and then between those 2 weeks I was traveling home to Georgia, so I knew I just really wouldn't have time to film or edit. So my plan was that we had a week recess before that 2-week stint. My plan was to kind of like batch some content for 2 weeks, and that's always been my goal, is to like get ahead so I'm not having to film, shoot, and edit a video every single week, because that takes a lot of time, and I'd like to get ahead by 2 videos, so if like life does come up, I can, you know, not have to overly stress myself, and I have like a bit of a backlog that's already like preset, scheduled, ready to go, so I'm not having to take a break off from posting just because I couldn't do anything that week, like YouTube wise. But yeah, I knew my schedule was gonna be packed, so I was gonna try to batch content. And then life got in the way, and something else that I can't really talk about quite yet, hopefully soon, but came up and took up a lot of my time that week, and I just was not able to get to anything like I wanted to. And then we started session back up, and it was we were in all 5 days. I had food poisoning on Monday that week, and then I had 3 hearings back to back to back. And then I flew home to Georgia. So I just what I was trying to batch before. And so I was just like, I've been sick. I'm slammed. I'm already sleep deprived from running rabid trying to get videos up the previous weeks. I just need to take a break before I just like completely shut down. So I took a break. And originally I was hoping to just be a 1-week break, but I just kind of was realistic with myself. It's like, no, since I didn't get any batching done, this is going to have to be a 2-week break. So I'm supposed to be at my friend Harrison's right now. We're having a game night tonight, and I figured I could just like talk a little bit about how the whole YouTube thing's been going, and while I just put on some makeup, play with some new makeup that I got in the Sephora sale. So I'm going to start with, well, first I'm going to put my hair up. Cool. So I'm going to start with this new Bare Minimals bronzer. Wow, look at me. Oh look, I got a ring. I don't know if you can see in the reflection of this. I got a ring light, which I like didn't want to do because I was like kind of tired of spending money on like this whole setup. But I was struggling with, like, I'd get home from work some days and like needed to film, but I didn't have any light to film. because I was using natural light before, and then so I was like putting filming off when I could have done it in evenings. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna spend like $30 on a ring light, and it's gonna afford me like a lot more peace of mind of being like, when can I film this, when can I not? Anyways, you can probably see the reflection in this, but I got this Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Kiss of Pink. What I have been using for my blush, which I like, I just wanted a new one because I've had this one for years, is this Milani. I just got it at the drugstore. And this is Berry Amore. It's kind of like, as I've always liked for like blushes and stuff, you know, like a bit of like highlight and like bronzer all in one, because I don't do all of those things. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, just throw it all in one thing, and that works for me. Anyways, so this, and then I just kind of, ooh, she pigmented. I'm gonna go over here with some of the other. But yeah, I always joke when I like put on my blush that I'm giving myself cheekbones. Because your girl got a round face. And I've always felt that like blush, like, wow, this is, looks aggressive on camera. It doesn't look so bad. I'm looking behind the camera. It doesn't look so bad in person, but it's looking a little on camera. I've had several of my like guy friends come up to me and be like, oh, I watched your first few videos, like what's your video about this week? And you know, I'd be like, oh, I took a 2-week break. And then they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I like got like a couple minutes into the skincare one and quit watching. And I was like, that's fair, that's not your kind of content. But I mean, if you are a man and you've wanted to build, you know, you want to get more into skincare, I do pretty basic routines. You can kind of pick and choose what you want. And don't be afraid. Everyone should have beautiful skin. But I do appreciate all my guy friends. They're so sweet. They're like, I tried watching, but and I'm like, that's fair. That content really wasn't for you. Also, when I was home in Georgia, all my family were asking, like, how's, like, they kept calling it a blog. And, which makes sense, like, it's a vlog, it's a video blog. But they're like, how's all that going? And I'm like, I'm tired. But, I don't know, it's, like, weird when people ask about it. And I think that was one thing that, like, kept me from doing it for so long, were people asking about it. Because if I'm, like, if I did this in a vacuum, I think it would be easier, and it was just like strangers on the internet watching my content. I don't know why for me that feels easier. I've worked in social media for so long that, like, to me there's that wall, but like the fact that it's like people that I know and love asking me about what I'm doing and like seeing it, I don't know, I love their support, don't get me wrong. But I think I don't know how to like talk about it yet, because I still feel a bit embarrassed about it, which is what kept me from doing it for so long. And I was just finally like, I want to do this. I can't care about people's opinions, otherwise I'm never going to do it. And then I'm going to look back in my life and be like, wow, I let the fear of what people might say stop me from doing it, and that's stupid. But yeah, my family would ask about it, and I'm like, I don't really know what to say about it. I'm tired. But I'm proud of myself, on top of being tired. But, okay, so now I'm going to do my brows, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Wow, I really feel like the full YouTube influencer. For a long time I've used the soft brown, but I just noticed it just is looking too dark for the kind of look I'm going for these days. So I've switched to the taupe, which is a bit lighter, and I can be a bit more, I don't have to worry about it getting so dark so fast. And I think wow, this is going to be really difficult to do in the viewfinder. Okay, we're going to try to do this on camera, and we might cut and come back. We'll see. Okay, brows done. But yeah, I mean, I feel like with the YouTube stuff, I've really been loving it, because it's been a really good creative outlet for me to come up with ideas. And I've done like scripting and all the video editing. I had to learn a whole new video editing software, which I learned really, really fast, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. But like, I feel like I've gotten to like do a lot of like the creative stuff that I like doing that I feel like has just kind of been lacking, and I've normally gotten that from work, but I've lost that like creative energy at work for a bit. So like, it's been fun to kind of like pour it into myself and get like that going again. So I've really been liking it. I just need to work on, I think, the time management side of it, along with like working and having a normal personal life and all that stuff. Like, the 2 weeks went by and I was like, I felt more normal again because I was less run ragged of like doing all this stuff. So like, picking up my camera, I was like, do I want to do this? So I'm like, oh my god, yes. This is why we forced ourselves. This is why I forced myself to be like, I'm doing this for a year, because I knew if I took time off, then it would be easy to fall off. But forcing myself back on the horse. Cool. So my mascara is like way bougier than I'm proud of. Okay, so what happened was, when I order my skincare from Sephora, I always do just like the free add-on stuff, and I got one of the YSL mascara, and I love a big fluffy brush. And this has got it. Look at that. Look at that thick boy. It has a nice fluffy brush. So I was like, ooh, okay. And I put it on, and this just like fans out my lashes, and it's so beautiful. And I was like, damn it, why does it have to be so good and so expensive? So I treated myself to it in the Sephora sale, because again, I don't wear a lot of other makeup, so I'm like, I don't mind splurging on a really nice mascara that gives me a good look without clumping, and it doesn't flake. Like, this thing does not flake, which I can't tell you the last time I found a mascara that didn't flake on me. So I'm rambling. I'm gonna put it on off camera. So yeah, so I mean, you can see, like, it just gives me the color and got the look that I like. Anyways, I'm headed to his place. We're doing game night and sushi, and I'll see you there. Welcome back. It's now Wednesday. I just finished filming my evening skincare routine video, which will be coming out tomorrow, which is last week when y'all are watching this. But yeah, really put off filming that for the last minute. I don't know, it's just like in a bit of a funk. Sunday, Monday, and like half of Tuesday, so put off filming. I'm glad that I did, because I like had more energy and was like more interested in doing it, and it was better than like forcing myself to do it. But I'm going to be crashing on a lot of editing tonight and tomorrow to get that up in time, but that's okay. That's just how the world works sometimes. You might be wondering why it is April 13th and I am in a little tank top. It is because it's 85 degrees and the heat's still on in my building, so it is like a sauna in here. It's about 2 right now, and I know it's just going to get worse as the day goes on. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head out and run some errands, get outside, do a little bit of walking. I'm going to walk down to Admo. I have a return package I need to mail and some letters I need to drop off, so I'll do that, and then probably just head into a coffee shop that has AC and do a little computer work and read my book. I just finished Death on the Nile on Monday, I think it was, which is what I've been reading. Loved it. Well, I didn't love it. For Agatha Christie's, I felt like it was like slow moving, but I actually did get the murderer from the start, which I think is the first time in one of her books that I've done that. It always gets like some twist ending, or it always throws me off, but I knew from like the jump what the deal was in this one. I'll probably watch the movie soon, although everyone says the movie is horrible and doesn't follow the book at all, but read the book, might as well watch the movie. But anyways, because I finished that, I'm rereading the second Bridgerton novel, The Viscount Who Loved Me. It's what season 2 of Bridgerton's focused on. After the first season of Bridgerton came out, I read the first 3 books, and then I was so obsessed with them I was just like binging through them, so I had to like stop, put them down. But now that the new season's out, I really want to reread The Viscount That Loved Me, because that was my absolute favorite book. I just love the way that Anthony and Kate's dynamic is, how they're written, their banter, everything's great. So I started rereading that, and I already love it so much. So I'll probably read that some at the coffee shop as well. But yeah, just trying to get the hell out of the house today. It is hot. So I'll bring you all along with me for some errands and AC'd caffeine. Hello again. It's now Friday. I spent most of the rest of Wednesday and Thursday working on editing my evening skincare video that went up last week. If you haven't checked it out, go right ahead. I'll link it up in the cards and down below. But it's now Friday, so since I've just ignored everything else in my life the past couple days to get that video up, kind of catching up on some things, mostly picking up around the house, doing some laundry, cleaning, you know, that sort of stuff. So I think I'm going to do some plant care today. But I figured I'd quit teasing you all, got my hat on, and finally tell y'all about my like trip home and going to the Masters. For the practice rounds, they actually let you bring cameras in at Augusta, so I got some really cool photos and some great footage, which I'll show here. But it was really exciting. I went to the Masters when I was little. I think we determined we went to the 2004 Masters. So it was like fun to go back as an adult, like remembering more about the course from TV and all that stuff. So we had a really good time, kind of running around, seeing everything. We mostly like focused on seeing the course. And I remember when we got there, Adam Scott and Colin Moore and Cowa had already gone off the front. And then we went to the practice range, and I was like, after we finished at the practice range, I was like, should we go to the back? Because I really wanted to see them. I thought they'd be turning to the back soon. And my parents were like, no, we're going to go to the first green. We're going to go to the first hole, and then the second, and then like make our way back to A-Man Corner. And I was like, okay, but okay. And we're standing on the first fairway, and then we kind of like turn, and there's a fairway behind us. And my dad's trying to tell me it's the second, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm like, that's not the second. And I was like looking at it, I'm like, that's the ninth. And we were arguing, and then I kind of quit paying attention because I see these golfers coming, and it looks like Colin Morikawa, and I literally was so excited. I started jumping up and down. I would say he's like my favorite player on the tour right now, besides Tiger, of course. And then after that, we went to the second. We saw Matt Wolff tee off there, and as Matt says, his goofy little swing. And then kind of hung around that backside, and no one was really teeing off quite yet, so we went back to 8 and 9 and watched Adam come in and putt 8 and tee off at 9, which is great. So I saw my faves. And then we kind of headed to the backside, checked out some other holes. Since it was a practice round, all the players were skipping their balls at 16. Like, you could hear 16 just like erupting all day across the course, with like all the crowds like cheering for people skipping the balls. And then when we were up there, 2 caddies took swings at it, which that was fun. So we were at A-Man for a bit. And then we came up from that, and we were headed, I don't know, I think we were on like 15, 16 somewhere on the back. And I think we were going to check out those holes, but the security guard told me that Tiger had just teed off on 1, and I was like, I'm not missing seeing him. And so Matt and I like breakneck ran basically to 2, and we posted up on 2. and got to see him come down too, which was great. It was funny on that whole. So yes, that day just Tiger was playing with Fred Couples and Justin Thomas, and of the three of them, Fred had hit the best drive, hit the best layup, he had the best putt. So it was like really funny, like watching him show him how it's done. So we saw JT ended up being right in front of us, and so I got to see Tiger then. And then JT and Tiger like had a bunch of like practice chipping on the first. And then Matt and I, like, because where 2 is, it backs up to 3, like the walkway on 3 after they hit their drives. So Matt and I turned and got like right up on the front rope, and I got a good video of Tiger walking. He looked really healthy, but more importantly, it was really exciting to see him at Augusta again, especially looking so healthy. So yeah, it was a really fun trip, really exhausting. We were all tired and covered in like dust, dirt, and pollen and sweat. And then we headed back to Griffin where my parents live. So like I said, just picking up, cleaning around the house. I think I'm going to do some plant care today and finish up the laundry. And then this evening, Matt and I are going to go to Hot and Juicy Crawfish, which is like a crawfish like seafood place down the road. It's so good. Haven't been in a while, and it's crawfish season, so we had to go. And so we're doing that this evening, and then probably gonna do my taxes this weekend, and then we're going out to his parents on Sunday for Easter. So yeah. But anyways, let's take care of some plant babies. Hey, it's actually the next Thursday. I think my original plan was like wrap this up on Monday on Easter, but I ended up having a migraine all day and didn't go anywhere. And I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm sitting here editing and realized I never said bye. But if you made it this far in this scuffed, very chatty story time vlog, I love you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Be sure to give it a like, comment down below on, you know, if you like this kind of content, if you like just, you know, chatting and my thoughts, or what else you want to see from me. But I appreciate you all, your support. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and hope you have the best rest of your day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Cool, so I was so rambly, I filled my memory card.